Well, well, well. Welcome back. Wednesday, February 22nd, 2 p.m. while FOMC minutes get released. Welcome back. Carol, let me move this camera a little bit. I don't know what's tripping on my camera. There we go. Good to see you all. Wednesday afternoons are always different and nice. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, just Keith. I'm cool with all those. I hate Keith, can't stand Keith. Keith's an idiot. I'm also cool with those too. We're all entitled to our opinions, just like we're all entitled to butthole. So, anyway, good to see you all and welcome to Crypto Before Dark. I slightly changed the layout of the screen here so it looks just a little better than it did. Let's get into the charts, shall we? I've got total market cap pulled up, but first, if you would, please go hit like, especially if you like the content you got here. I've been made aware recently that many people who watch the stream aren't getting notified that we have streams, or they aren't getting notified that we're live or that we posted a video or whatever. So the more likes we get, the more chatter about us, the more of you guys that go hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, well, the more our message gets out there. And I really want that message to get to as many people as possible. It's about helping people. And we got to get the message out to more. The more people who know what's going on, man, the better chance we stand of all making more money together. Okay, cool. So I've got total market cap pulled up here. Total meeting minutes for the FOMC, which is Federal Open Market Committee, got released at 2 p.m. People constantly want to know about this stuff. I've always said before that I don't trade the news, and I don't really care to trade the news. It's something that's a no sum proposition. It's super unpredictable. Typically, we see a lot of really wonky price action for about an hour or two, and then things go back to the way they were. Today and then yesterday, we had more down red charts, and that got everybody panicking a little bit because now they feel like the charts that they did buy are finally turning back red and that they're scared. I'm not sure all that's necessary. I'm not sure all that's fully warranted. So I want everyone to kind of hit the pause button and let's just look at charts, all right? But first, let's go say hey to everyone. Look at us. What's up? That's I know who you are now. Good to see you, brother. Crypto 77, all the way up there in Buffalo. What's up? Look at it. Happy Hump Day, Big E Phillips. What's up? Knox, Irish Mindful Guy, David Aniki, Marco Bazolich. I can't say all these names correctly. That's Polish, and I struggle with Polish. Snow, 50-mile-per-hour winds, weather alert, zero visibility. Welcome to the South. It is a sunny 74 degrees here today in upstate South Carolina. Represent. We'll see you when you get here because all you guys move south. No one wants to live up there, and I get it. Cycling Cotton, good to see you. The Queen, Miss Phoebe, how are you doing, ma'am? Good to see you. Trevor Harris, boom, let's go. Quigs, what's up, Quigs? Thomas Gayu, T-Dubs, Bullish Big Rob. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Paulo, Warlander, nice. So all you guys go hit like real quick. We got 32 people on. Let's jump right on into it. Total market cap. I'm going to go to the daily real quick, and you'll see that we're holding above this 1 trillion mark that I was hopeful that we would hold above. We continue to hang on to it. $1 trillion. Actually, it's a little more than $1 trillion. We're slightly over $1 trillion, and it continues to hang on to that, right? Cool. Essentially, what you see right in front of you right now is a candle run back to support. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with charts running back to support, especially during an upward move. I wouldn't say this is a bull market, but I would say this is bullish behavior. It's just an uptrend that continues to have tests along the way. Now, you'll see the big red line that I've drawn here. This big red line represents the overall bear market that we were being punished in for an entire year. We sold back in November, December, and January, and that thing has done nothing but fall all the way until the beginning of this year, which was essentially a 12 to 14 month cycle of down. Now, luckily, we've pulled back out of that hole now. We've jumped over some important support, and you see the green line that I have drawn representing the short-term uptrend. This is total market cap, once again, everybody. So, total market cap continues to rise although you see some charts going down, at the moment, they're back to support. Right here is our current support zone. You have a little bit more down here, right at almost $1 trillion flat. So anything above this, I'm okay with. I honestly expect this intersection of the red line and the green line to get tested in here. I think that'll happen. And why is that? Well, that's an intersection of a downtrend and an uptrend together. That intersection would mean that you got a test of support at $1 trillion, that you got a test of the downtrend line being broken and back tested, and that you got a test of the uptrend on the way up, which is excellent. I want all three things to happen. That would be a primo setup. And why is that? Well, testing support is always a good way to buy and ride up. That's buying the floor. Testing support, buying the floor, same thing. Selling resistance, that's selling the top. When you test resistance and you fail, that's the places where you sell. As you see, we're more close to support than we are resistance here. Where would the next resistance be if we were to hit this box or this triangle right here, this X on the screen? If we're to hit that, where do we go next from there? It's an often asked question. Well, we see this August 22 area right here on the left being tested almost across the board on many other assets. This particular ledge of price, August 22, has been broken on some, tested on others, and is nowhere near being tested on some. So you can kind of rank them as you chart them by this area. All right. Furthermore, there also is an area here from January through April, which is way up here, right? This area way up here hasn't been tested yet. And this is honestly where I expect everything to kind of stop. I think when you see a majority of the assets get up to this level, all right, and I'll draw a horizontal line so it makes a little more sense. Right there you go. This level represents resistance, and it represents resistance at a higher end target. Speaking straight here, we haven't even come close to this point yet. And this will be a lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum money mostly that moves the price up to here. But it's not going to be an easy road. It's not. In fact, you're probably going to see failure at 1.2 trillion, which we have not gotten to yet. We're only floating around 1.01, 1.02 at the moment. Right now, 1.04, but we've been playing around with different levels here. We have a lot of work to do before it can even discuss getting anywhere up near this pink line. We've got to break through this level first. We haven't even tested that level yet. That's the top, roughly, of that August 22 area there. Right? Once we hit that, we'll probably get another pullback. The other side of this coin, we hit that level and we break above it and turn it into support. And let me draw both of these out for you. So, first thought process, we roll down here right against this line, hit this line, and fail again. Back to this support level, right there in line with that August 22 area. Fully fine with that. Next option. We come down here, we make some tests, we run up, we push above this pink line, and we settle on top of it, making our little move here. Then we head back up again after we settle back on the top of support, and think about it. Essentially making a very large W pattern almost, not quite, but a very large wick-off formation on the way back up. We may hit some stumbling blocks along the road here. In fact, it may not just launch straight up to where I want it to go. There may be stopping points of 1.5 trillion, 1.35 trillion, etc., before it actually gets all the way up to this 1.66 level. And again, I expect all this to happen by no later than the summer. Yes, it's February, folks. It's almost the end of February. It is not summertime yet. Same time, it's not spring yet either. So once we get into the spring, there's a possibility we get more pullback. And if that happens, it'll be because we failed this green line here. All right. We've only had 2 touches on it so far. We need a third touch to confirm it, right? I'd like to see it touch for the third time. That's first on the agenda. Once we get that, I'll kind of base everything else I'm doing on that. But one step at a time. We haven't gotten there yet. You see this 15-minute candle got super wonky here. I'll zoom in real big where you can see it. There you go. Right. I can tell it may not be showing up on your guys' end. I should probably try changing that. You know what I mean? Changing my candle settings so you can see them a little better. But this wick runs way up here. All the way up here is where this wick, there we go. This wick runs way up here. All right, and way down here. That was all in the last 15 minutes. This happens almost every single time. We have FOMC news. You get a very wonky chart that kind of bounces around back and forth because it can't figure out what exactly it wants to do. Buyers and sellers are having a little bit of an argument. We can simply draw a trend line here on the 15-minute chart and say, did this break yet? And the answer is no. When this breaks, our answer will change. Potentially, that's where we start buying back in. If you have money to buy back in with, this would be the point where you want to do it. If not, well, you're just riding out and waiting for the storm to settle here. To recap again, I don't expect humongous, tremendous failure here unless I see major support start to fail. If I start to see, it fall back under $1 trillion here, that's going to be a bad scenario where it goes down more. That could get us to our 20,000 CME gap. However, with the way price action looks at the moment, I just don't see it sprinting down to 20,000 anytime soon. As long as it stays in this green box here, it ain't going to go all the way down. It just didn't. This is the CME chart. As you see, same situation. You're trending up very sharply. Hasn't missed a beat. I can't say that this is failing until we see a breach of support right here. If it falls out of this box, well, that kind of gives me the hint that, yeah, we're going to follow along this blue trend line back down till we close this CME gap, and then we'll reassess and we'll see, whether this thing can come up out of the hole here for the rest of 2023. I expect that. I expect, $30,000 to $40,000 for Bitcoin at some point this year. I'm not exactly sure when that'll happen, but I think, it will be by the summertime. And honestly, we were looking at this shit like 2 or 3 in the morning the other night. And May to June kind of seems like the area where that's going to be the point where it says, okay, I'm kind of done, ready to roll over, ready to pump the brakes. We'll assess that again when we get there. I don't know that for sure. So one step at a time. Let's go see what Peeps is saying. What's up, Justin Gabriel, Nicholas Grayco, Silent Sandal, Shep Stacks, JP, I made it. God bless you, brother. Not God bless me. Likes are free and easy. Take advantage. Absolutely, everybody. 51 people on, 29 likes. Y'all go hit like. This way people don't get left behind, man. I don't want to see people get left behind. We've reduced our Discord, which is right there, 786unlimited.com. You see it right there, 786unlimited.com. We've reduced our Discord fees down even more. We have 3 options now. We have a yearly. They're all in the description of this video, by the way. If you go click on the description of the video here, you'll get the answers to all the prices. There's rebates for everyone. You can pay with crypto. You can do Launch Pass. You can do it yearly and get an even more reduced price. We want to help people out the best we can, man. For a couple dollars a month, you save a ton of money. Plus, you make money along the way. Anybody can make money in a bull market. We just spent the entire 2022 on the sidelines or shorting. Do you understand? We spent a year waiting. We did not sit in Bitcoin or sit in Ethereum and watch our money dwindle away like many, 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 many other people did. We sat on the sidelines and waited until we got a spot where we were ready to get back in. It's as simple as that, folks. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand how to make money or save money. You just need to use the chart. The bull run comes back. Not only will we all be making money again in exponential form, but we're going to find the best charts available and we're going to chart them live on the stream so everybody can see them. This is going to help everybody make more money. All the new stuff that comes out while we're going to chart that stuff as well. I want to show you a shitter that I bought. I bought it the other day on a deck screener move. Just saw the chart and I thought, hey man, that looks pretty good. I can't believe I'm even talking about this shit. But here we go. This is called Midas. It's not Midas Dow. I don't want to chart scams, but I don't know anything about this. Okay. It's MIIDAIS, Midas. I went ahead and bought $300 worth of this. Why did I buy it? Well, it's kind of obvious here, but we had a downtrend from September of 22 all the way to where we are now. We've since broken that downtrend and created a short-term uptrend. And as long as the short-term uptrend continues to hold, I think it's in a good spot. There's not a ton of resistance here. It kind of looks like it wants to make a nice inverse head and shoulders here. And if that's the case, great. I'm here for it. I want to let this thing ride out. I think it'll come up to this September area or so. This is that August-September area I was just explaining a moment ago for those other charts. So I think there's some gains here to be had, and that's pretty darn good gains. If it goes back up to there, that's 100%. Cool. I'm here for it. I'm going to keep some money here on MetaMask in my DEX wallet so that I can buy and sell shitters when they come along. Right? This is one of them. It's an involved process to buy this, by the way. So don't think you're just going to jump in here and buy it real quick. It did not work that way. It took me quite a while to even get the swap to work. And then when I finally got the swap to work, I had it on the wrong chain. Then I had to swap chains, and it was a pain in the dick, honestly, to get this done. But I got it done. I even have BitGert. BitGert. The hell is that? But it's apparently one of the fastest and cheapest blockchains in the world. Blah, blah, blah. Same crap everybody says. But I got a couple $100 of this too. Why did I do this? Because it's so far down. And it's a relatively newer chart. Similar situation where it's got this August-September area way up here. Hasn't even got close to it yet. Because of that, it's why I did what I did. I see the trend on a lot of these things, you know, kind of trying to play themselves out. And as that happens, I want to be in on it when the time is right. And, you know, looking at the fibs, we kind of got near the 50 fib and kind of jogging sideways now. If these things are going to scrape the floor like this and stay down, that's fine. We may get some more capitulation. We saw this in 2019 where some of these assets just didn't perform until the bull market, where they rolled over and went down like this. That's fine. I'll be happy to sell and duck and run if we need to. But so long as we maintain these trend lines, I'm going to stick it out. All right. That's simple as that. If we start failing these trend lines, well, that's when I'm going to have to bail and go the other direction. Just a couple recent shitters that I found. And why do I call them shitters? Because let's be real, they're probably not going anywhere in the long term, but there's gains to be made. And that's all I really care about. Hard to say on CME gap. We have them in each direction. Need BTC to show her hand on which way she's going. Absolutely. Call now. I see JG Wentworth on there. Hey, what's up, Will? Good to see you, brother. XRP Bull says, let's go. Well, let's just do XRP real quick, because the day I tweet about XRP, this sorry SOB refuses to go. Now, the good news is, I think, yes, it will make a move here at some point. It's just taking its sweet, ever-loving time. So this is a daily chart. This is that big trend line, the big bear trend line right here, the dotted line coming down. And as you see, every time it peeks its head over, kind of rolls over and stops. There is this short-term uptrend line right here from February 14th to where we are now, which is Valentine's Day. You could likely pull this back here and try to find it coming back here to this wick. I don't think that's worth trying to do. I think that's a little too picky. So I'm going to stick with what I see here, which is a little bit unfortunate because it's still under the 200 moving average. It's still stuck in the mud. It does have some support, which is good, but I need to see it flip this 200 moving average and contain it and maintain it for a bit here, which will signal that we're moving up to 45 cents. This will not move all by itself. I expect other assets to move with it. XRP is not special, despite what everyone on YouTube has told you. All those people own XRP, and they all are hopeful and hopium filled. I am not. I don't own any XRP, and I keep it straight with you and keep it real with you. And that's what I'm going to continue to always do, because there's no bullshit over here with me. I have a very low tolerance for horse shit. Sorry. When you come from where I'm from, you weed through the bullshit pretty quick. Yes, I've fallen for some of it before. I learned my lessons pretty quick, okay? So, now, still stuck on this bear line. I just see a promising look if it can hold over the 200, which it's still yet to do. Right there, 200 moving average is at 39,664. We are at 39,243. That isn't out of the question for the next couple of days for that thing to try to go back up over there and get moving. It's close. It's just not there yet. And once it does, like I said, 45 cents will be my first target. And then by the end of the summer, I think we get up near 60 cents, which just so happens to be that January, April area that I was talking about. So that'll probably be where it stops off for the rest of the bull move here. Then we have a rollover period, preparing for the actual bull market in 2024. I expect yet another downtrend. And honestly, I kind of expect this to play out, right? Perhaps that goes up for a bit. We start a downtrend here, right? And then we get another run up toward 382 here on that green line there. That'll be the point where we stall out. Something like that. It's kind of what I expect. And from here, we roll over and potentially play dead for a while. And it should be fairly symmetrical. I don't know exactly to the speed which with it'll fall. Could form a head and shoulders here, which I kind of think would happen because that's what happened last time pre-halvening. It formed a head and shoulders, rolled over and played dead. I'm not sure how far we push down into this 25 to 30 cent range down here. It's possible this thing makes a double bottom. However, if I pull a fib on this from the very bottom to the top, that would put us around 33.5 cents for the bottom in 2023. I can't do that. Honestly, that's guessing until I get some more data along the way here. When we get a peak out right here, I'll know for sure. And like I said, we may end up going higher and pushing in toward 75 cents. But that's super optimistic. And I don't like being super optimistic, especially with XRP, because it is a habitual line stepper. And if you don't know what a habitual line stepper is, I want you to Google that shit. Can we take a look at NEAR? Yes, we can, because this is one I forgot about yesterday. And I am sorry. Here's NEAR. NEAR is still stuck under the 200 moving average, just like you saw XRP. XRP is a little bit tighter, so it's probably going to move a little before NEAR will. NEAR may have a little bit of effort to get up and go here. It's still above 236, which is okay. It's still over the 8 and 21, which is okay, but it's trying to fail. Being stuck under the 200 gives me a little bit less optimistic view. All the way up here is where August is. We haven't even come close to that, as you see. We just started running into this first layer of resistance here, and it kind of paused. So the April or let's see, the May area is way up here on this one. This chart has a little bit different of a look, so I'm not positive if it makes it all the way up there. I'm really not. So this may be one that stalls out way down here at $3.50 or $5 and never makes it all the way up there. But again, that's really, really complicated to get into. It's not necessary right now. No point in thinking about that until we break that 200 moving average, which we have not broken yet. I'm already in this. I'm well in profits. I've got stop losses set everywhere. Whatever. I'm cool with it. I'm just going to leave shit well enough alone and not fiddle with things that shouldn't be fiddled with. People often ask me about patience and stuff, and the answer is just chill. Just chill, man. You're likely overthinking it. XRP probably went down because I longed it. Damn it, Phoebe. That's pretty good. Can you do some analysis on pins? Is it a bit confusing? You said you don't hate it on the Discord. Yeah. So he's talking about Pinterest. All right. So reason I said I didn't hate it was if you go down to a lower time frame here, it's trying its best to get moving. And if you see the stripes in the background, that's the pre-market and post-market stripes. That I just have those turned on for stocks. I don't hate this because it broke this downtrend line short term. However, it hasn't crossed the 200 moving average. I really need to see it break that and get above that, especially on the 2 hour, because on these stocks you can play more low time frames. It hasn't done so yet, and I'm okay. Holding $25 is great. That would be my next entry at $25. But I really need to see it break this 200, else it's all false, and it could just hit the 200 and roll over and fail. So I would play that very close to the chest. That's what I mean by trash in the way. It isn't just going to run up real fast. It's gonna have to hesitate a bit. It isn't going to speed its way through this. Quant. There we go. All right. So you see, I was in profit here on Quant, and now it's slipped back under. Still has hit my stop loss. My stop loss is under the 200 moving average here, so it's all good. As long as it maintains this trend line, I'm okay. As you see, it appears to have hit it damn near perfectly. Look at that. Damn near perfect. Pull that back right there. Yep. It's just beautiful. So long as it maintains this, I'm good. I'm not falling for any freak out moves here. Gonna leave it be. Hold the 200 moving average. Hold the trend line. Nothing to talk about. I'm cool with it. If it fails and rolls over, I know to stop. Hasn't quite done so yet. Yes, we have a downward 821 cross. We've seen this happen several times already over trend lines, where this thing gives you 821 crosses over a trend line and continues to go up. And this is why I say, when a bull market's, or when you have a bullish move like this, if you're over the 200 and you're up on the trend, then quit freaking out so much and relax. Some of these weekly charts look very, very good. Those high time frames tend to run the show. Sand. I know I've got sand right there. It is. All right. Trying to fail the 200, but hasn't yet. Let's see if it can hang on. This hangs on to the 200, and you're going to see nothing but reversals back up. Fails the 200, we're coming all the way back down to test this bear trend line, which is way down here, okay? See that? Big bear trend line right there. Big yellow line. Yep. If you fail this 200 and you can't hold it, that opens up the door for that to come all the way back. Can't really say that's going to happen until it does, though. 821 hasn't crossed. 200 hasn't crossed. Let's give it a day or so and see what happens. By tomorrow's live stream at 11 p.m., things may be much different. Similar situation on DOT here. I'm still in profits on DOT. It's all good. Over the 8, over the 21, trying to fail it back into the wait a minute zone. So let's keep an eye on it. But over the 200 moving average, over trend. You see the trend line right there. Still riding high, hasn't failed. I can't go bailing on something that is still over the trend. Just can't do it. KDA will be the last one. Kadena. KDAUSD. All right. This one's pushed up next to the 200 moving average, but again, just like XRP, it's pinching here. I can move this line out of the way. It's pinching right here between the 200 moving average and the 821 EMA. We're going to see a decision here soon. The way things have gone, many have broken over the 200 moving average. Bollinger Bands are going sideways, but if it maintains doing this, they're going to start to tighten up. If they tighten up and push north, that's going to be enough to get into the top of the bands. Get into the top of the bands, and we could see a skate north. But one step at a time. Let's not do anything brash. It's, kind of still maintaining its trend. This one's a little bit more whack. It kind of looks like it might have failed it too. Better keep an eye on it. If it doesn't break that 200, it's going to get worse. You could argue that this one's failed trend and has rolled back over and is back testing the backside of this trend line. That's why this leads me again. Wait till we get a close over the 200 moving average, because if we get a close over the 200 moving average, we're going to be above this blue line, but we're not there yet. And since that's the case, hit the brakes. Also, how many closes do I need to bail and sell? 2 closes under trend lines are where I start scaling out, but I haven't had that happen yet. So, thank you. 30 minutes goes by very fast, doesn't it? Yes, it does. European people, I appreciate all you coming on here. I'll be jumping over in the Discord after this to the voice channel for a question and answer. If you got questions, you want to talk, you want to chat, you want to shoot the bull, you got 30 minutes to do so. Jump over there and holler at me. I'll leave y'all with this. 2 things. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. That's Jay-Z. And you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, hanging out, watching charts. I appreciate that. 786unlimited.com. That's Notorious B.I.G. Sky's the limit. Go check out the website. Jump over in the Discord. See y'all on the next one. Peace.